Okay, hi everybody. And as we come towards the end of the year, Patricia and I thought it could be an idea to evaluate, think of what's happened, think of what's gone well, and kind of take it from there, thinking that we don't want to live our lives in fear, right?
Right. It's not letting fear dictate your
Mm.
life. And so before we kind of get to the positives of that, we were having such a positives of that. We were
Yeah.
having such a great conversation because we've been looking back at our journey through the podcast.
Yes, and it has been a journey, but a great one, and a
It's
frustrating one at times.
it's been a great journey, and we've done what have we done? Something like 18 episodes. We've been
I
doing this
think
for
so, yeah.
about 8 or 9 months.
Yeah.
And
Never thought we'd be doing this.
never thought.
We'd be on YouTube.
You know what? You had mentioned that we should do this long before we actually ever did that.
I
The
think
first
about this
time,
time last year, I
yeah.
think.
And you know what? When you said, let's do a podcast, I thought,
You looked at me like I was
are
mad.
you insane? I'm not doing that. And then as time
Now look
progressed,
at you,
I know.
queen of the introductions.
Yeah. And so getting past that
Fear.
fear,
It was a lot of fear,
a
right?
lot
To
of
start with.
fear and moving forward and trying something,
Yeah.
again, and we had talked about this too at this age.
Yes.
I never thought we'd be moving on to such a different level in our lives because this is
That's so true.
a really different place. At least it is for me
Oh,
to be doing
100%.
that.
I used to watch people on YouTube and think, how are you doing that? Like, how, why? And now that we're doing it together, I get why, right? We really, for us, as we said, it's really about sharing topics, chatting about things that we just come across that we think are interesting, that we think could support and help people question things, maybe even,
Yeah.
right? And
Because we
just
can't be the only people who are wondering about some of these topics that we've
no,
been bringing up
that's
and
true. Yeah.
sharing so that people maybe can take a nugget and
Yeah.
figure out, help them with their lives
Yeah.
and move forward. But we're also learning so much as
Oh
we're
my gosh.
going.
Yeah.
And during this process, and the whole point of why we're bringing this up is to encourage people to not let fear stand in the way,
Yeah.
to try new things,
Yeah.
and keep growing regardless of where you are in life
Yeah.
and the positive it brings. Because we definitely had challenges trying
Oh,
to
there'll be
figure this
lots.
out. Because,
Yes.
like,
We're not very tech orientated, either of
oh my
us.
God, no. I have zero tech skills.
Yeah.
And
We watched a lot of YouTube to start.
we did, yeah. We somehow managed
Kind
to
of
figure it
ironic.
out. We did a whole bunch of different
Hmm.
things. We started to put things together.
Yeah.
And so from that process, it was great.
Yeah.
But also, I don't know about you, Susan, but for me, all the other things that going out of my comfort zone and trying something new has
Huge.
brought me.
Yes.
I'm more comfortable being in
Doing
front of a
this.
camera.
Hearing your own voice on the
Hearing
screen.
my
You're
own
like,
voice.
what?
Yeah, I'm not cringing like I used to. Um,
It's true.
but also putting my voice out there.
Yeah.
And I think for a lot of people, putting your voice out there, saying something, sharing what you believe in can be a really scary
Yeah.
thing, particularly in this day of social media.
Yeah.
And there's just so much negativity and meanness out
I
there,
think there is,
lack of tolerance.
yeah. And these are topics that we have kind of covered in various
Yeah.
ways. Um, and also what we kind of wanted to, coming back to this idea of fear is it doesn't even have to be anything big in your
No,
life, right?
no.
It can be what other people would perceive as being very small and sort of almost meaningless. But I think if it means something to you and you feel that there's a value, even if whatever it is you're trying you don't succeed at, you will still, and it's taken me a long time to understand this, you will
Yeah.
still learn things, you will learn new skills. And even if you can't use them for that specific project or activity or whatever it is that you were trying to do, those are learned skills that you can still use maybe another time in life that
Yeah.
you suddenly realize, oh my gosh, yeah, I actually know how to do this, or I've done something similar. And
Yeah.
I think that's something that, doing this there's loads of things that I learned before that I never thought would be helpful. And they have actually in doing this. And that was a huge eye opener. I was like, wow, okay,
And
that was helpful.
it really helpful. And this idea that doing something that scares you, even if you fail at it,
Yeah.
builds confidence.
It does.
Because you know what, like we didn't fall apart, we weren't, life didn't come to an end because things didn't work really well right off the get-go.
Yeah.
And I think for a lot of people, it's really scary to put themselves out there. What happens if you fail? And you know what? Failure is just
part of life. I'm trying to sound too simplistic, but it is, right?
It is.
If you don't fail, you don't learn. And I was hearing, I think it was the singer Ed Sheeran, and he was saying, people don't realize that it is when you fail that you actually learn. When you succeed the first time that you do something, you're not specifically learning anything from that experience because you got to where you wanted to go, right? When you don't get to where you wanted to go, or it wasn't the easiest of ways of getting there, that's when you really have to question, think, and maybe try something a different way. Because you're like, well, if that didn't work, maybe I need to look at it from a different angle. And I think that's where a lot of fear comes into it, right? It's like, to be successful, I need to achieve this.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I completely agree. And trial and error. We just got to keep putting ourselves out there. And I think the other thing, and again, we already talked about it, is that as we get older, like that whole idea is that we have to slow down because we're starting to go into retirement.
We have a certain age.
We're at that age. Knowing a lot of people are going into retirement, which is great because I'm very much a life-work balance if it's possible in your life, and in no means saying you should be doing more. But don't let fear stop you from doing other things, especially like, because as you are getting into that age where maybe you're wanting to retire, those are really big opportunities to try different things, which is really good for your
neuroplasticity, as we were talking about.
Yeah, I told her she had to say that word. Yeah, exactly.
For the brain to create new pathways of when you're actually learning a new skill or anything, really. And a lot of science is showing it's one of the best ways mentally to grow old well.
Yes. So keep
there we are.
Learning.
Yeah.
Keep growing. Keep moving forward.
Even if they're tiny steps.
Exactly. And just have fun in life. Like really,
you can
put yourself out there and just see what comes of it. You don't know until you try what you might really love and enjoy and make life just different and more
interesting.
Interesting. Thank you for that word. And so anyway, don't let fear stop you. We wish you the absolute best
in this new year.
In the new year in 2026. And we are going to continue doing what we're doing. If you have any topics you want us to talk about.
Or you're curious about something, let us know. We're happy to answer. And we are a small channel, but we really appreciate your support. So thank you to those that subscribed. We really do appreciate it.
We do. Thank you so much. And Happy New Year, everyone. And all the best in 2026. Bye.
Bye.